multiply across the top, correct? And we come up with what? 2. And we multiply across the bottom?
10.
And then, of course, we're taught in math class to do what at the end? Simplify and reduce. Okay. So, what if, let's look at this again. And now tell me, what can we do ahead of time? Because of things that are similar. The 2's. Very good. Very good, Joanne. What can we do with the 2's? Why?
Anyway, you're going to simplify.
That's right. You're going to simplify it ahead of time by canceling any unit that is like on the denominator and the numerators, correct? So we can get rid of those 2's, and we can end up still with 1 and 5. You see that? Why I'm doing this is I want to show you with dimensional analysis, we can do this with our units. So if I have milliliters on the top and milliliters on the bottom of the other fraction beside it, I can get rid of milliliters. Why would I want to do that? Because I may not want to end up in milliliters. I may want to get rid of them. Let me give you my first example, and this one's pretty simple because you know this. Okay, so I'm going to ask you how many seconds are in a year? I'm going to say 7 days. We'll do 7 days. Make it a little bit simpler at first. Okay, so how many seconds are in 7 days? I'm going to show you my way to set this up. I know, once again, I'm going to keep saying it. You take your calculator out and you're going to start punching numbers. You say, I can get this in Backstrom. I can get this, correct? How many of you can get this in here? All of us could get this, right? Just by knowing how many minutes in an hour and so forth. But I'm going to ask you to set it up differently. And so here's my little formula for starting dimensional analysis. And if you do this every time, I promise you, you will be on the right track to getting the answer. Here we go. Where it says how many, I'm going to use that as my question mark. That's my question mark. How many, what am I looking for? Seconds. I'm going to set it up. This is what I need. So question mark, what I need, equals, this is my formula. See, I'm making my own formula up here. Question mark, what I need equals what I'm trying to get. Days, 7 days. And so forth. I'm starting with what I'm given. I'm sorry, this is what I'm given. So what I'm given. Okay, so here's my formula. Question mark, what I need seconds, equals 7 days, what I'm given. Set it up like this every time. Start off every problem by doing this. Even if it seems cumbersome at first, I promise you it'll work out for you later. Next step, watch this. So here's my 7 days. I'm going to draw a nice long line. And they call this the picket fence method. How many have learned this before? Okay, it just makes it a little easier. And every time I have a fraction and I'm done, I'm going to put a picket fence, I'm going to put a post, a fence post in there. And 7 days, it's like I have a 1 under here. Okay, so 7 over 1. And the last step I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to take what you need. And if you do this, I promise you, you will really be okay with this. Put your seconds, what you need, on the top of your last fraction. And this is how I start. I haven't even done anything yet. This is just my start. This is my template for every problem. First step, question mark. How many question mark? That's my question mark. Put what you need. Put an equal sign. And tell me what you're given. Okay, draw a line. Divide that 7 days right where your first fraction is. And then draw another line and put what you are trying to get on the top of your last fraction. It's all set up now. We're ready to go. Okay? So what do we know? What do we know? We know days. What can we do? What can we use to bridge that and get to seconds?
1 day is
Okay, excellent. So we're going to say day on the top or days on the bottom? Bottom, why cat? So we're going to be able to cross out days. Why don't we want days? We're trying to get to what? Seconds. We don't want days. So we're trying to get to seconds. So 1 day, and what are we going to say?
24
We know that there are 24 hours. Very good. So our days are going to cancel. Let's put another fence post. Okay, so what do we know about hours? Nick? Okay, so 60 minutes in an hour. So in 1 hour, we're going to have 60 minutes. Very good. Now our hours are going to cancel. Excellent. Now what? Now we have minutes.
60 seconds in 1 minute.
I'm going to erase this because I already am at my last part of my fence here. So I know that there are, how many seconds? 60 in 1 minute. I'm going to put my minutes on the bottom because I need seconds as my only unit that I have left. Minutes cancel. This is it. Okay? Now, what do we do to get our answer? What do we do for our fraction to get our answer? We're going to multiply the whole way across the top. We're going to multiply the whole way across the bottom. And then we're going to divide the top and the bottom. We're going to divide the bottom into the top, and we're going to get our answer. Okay, so can someone go ahead and multiply this across and divide it for us? Give us our answer.
So this is 34 times 6.
Correct. And that's why this fence is really nice because it keeps everything on the top so you know to multiply, and of course the bottom. On the bottom we have 1 on this one. So whatever you get on the top by multiplying is going to be your answer. Okay, so let's get someone to punch that in and give us your answer, please. Yes, Kat.
604,000.
I'm so sorry. I believe I said Kat. Thanks, though, Harrison.
648,000.
648,000?
No. 604,800.
It's okay. Just hit that button a little fast. That's all right, Harrison.
604,800.
800. He was just so excited, right? He had to give us that answer. He's right. Thank you. That's good. 604,800. Now, we're going to practice significant figures because we're not going to forget them, and I know that it's been a lot. But, you know, if we're looking at significant figures, we only look at the significant figure for our measurement given, or our first number. These are all defined values. These are all defined relationships, and we don't factor in significant figures for 60 seconds in a minute. So we don't look at these because these are defined values and relationships to each other. Okay, they're already set. We look at this number for a significant figure. And so if we were to round to one significant figure at the end, what would it be? Approximately what then?
600,000.
Excellent. Okay, and 600,000 if we were to do that. So I just want you to not forget about your significant figures just because we have to keep you practicing to make sure you're good. Now, can I have everyone put their thumb up if they're okay with this so far? Sideways if they have a question you want to ask, or down. You're not getting it at all. Okay, so most of us have a thumb up here. We look good. All right. All right, any questions that anyone wants to ask right now? Okay, let's see if you get it then. I know this is just one example, but I'm going to give you another one, and I'm going to have you try it. All right? And when you're done, what I want you to do is turn to the person next to you, behind you diagonally. I want you to compare answers, discuss what you did. If you have the same answer, guess what? You probably did it right. If it's not the same, I want you to talk about what you did wrong, or what you could have done better, or where the problem lies. And I'm going to give you 3 minutes. Actually, yeah, 3 minutes should do it. This one won't be too bad. We'll give you 3 minutes once I'm done with the problem to try and get your answer here. Maybe 4 minutes if we need it. And then we're going to turn and talk to someone and let the other person know what you got and go ahead and discuss it. Okay, so here's your next example right here. This is 1, this is 2. If I have, how many milliliters are there in 2.8 quarts?
Huh.
Okay, now, wait a second.
Funny.
Wait a second. That's not going to be an issue. Does everyone see this little conversion factor I gave you? This conversion factor chart? This is your best friend. Okay, this is going to be your best friend. Don't look so thrilled. You guys are last period of the day, you're usually a little bit more chipper. Don't worry, this is going to be a piece of cake. So what I'm going to have you do is look at this all the time. On a quiz or anything, you're going to have this. Okay, so I just want to start you off. Let's just practice this, and then I'm going to let you go. Someone tell me what I do first as far as Ms. Backstrom's formula to just get us started. This stands for what?
Question mark.
Question mark. What we need, milliliters, equals 2.8 quarts, what we're given. And then there's one last step here. We draw our line and do what? What we need goes on the top of my last fraction. And now go ahead and get started. Okay, you have 3 minutes. I'm going to time you. I want you to discuss it. And then eventually, we're gonna have you practice, and then we're gonna have Olympics. We have a little dimensional analysis Olympics. We're actually gonna be practically doing things like jumping and calculating distance and then converting it in different activities. Okay, so you have 3 minutes.
You just do this one with like a scratch sheet?
Yeah, just write on scratch paper or on the one that has the conversion factor chart on it.